Welcome back. Today we're looking at an entry from the Rhapsody of Realities daily devotional by Pastor Chris.
Right. And the topic is real spiritual travail. It's a short piece, but honestly, it completely reframes how you might think about communication.
Yeah, it kicks off with that really universal frustration.
Hmm.
You've got some weighty truth, some life-changing idea, you share it with someone, and just nothing. It lands with a thud.
The message is good, the delivery might be good, but the reception is just zero.
And normally I'd immediately blame my delivery, I must have said it wrong, but this source says the problem is actually procedural.
Yeah, that we skipped a step.
Exactly.
Yeah, the core premise here is that before you ever open your mouth to minister the word, you have to do the heavy lifting in private,
Right.
this intercessory prayer.
So most of us get the parable of the sower, seeds falling on hard ground, they don't grow. We understand that. But I've never heard prayer described as the actual farm equipment before.
That's the specific imagery here. Prayer isn't the water or the sunlight, it's the plow.
The plow.
The argument is sharing truth without this kind of prayer is just throwing good seed onto concrete. You have to spiritually break up the soil before you say a word.
Okay, but plowing implies really hard work. And the source uses some really aggressive language to describe this prayer. It's not just a polite request, is it?
Oh, not at all. Far from it.
Yeah.
This is where we get into the definition of travail. The author points to a biblical figure, Epaphras.
From Colossians, right.
Right. It says he was laboring fervently in prayers,
And the Greek word for that is agonizomai.
which is, where we get our English word agony.
Agony. That sounds less like a quiet morning devotional and a lot more like a wrestling match.
It is.
Is that level of intensity really necessary just to, give someone some advice?
The source argues that it is because of what's really at stake. The text defines this as a fight, a struggle. It explicitly describes it as seizing lives out of Satan's grip.
Wait, seizing lives?
Yeah.
That's incredibly intense.
It is. We're not talking about a gentle nudge here. The text paints a picture of a spiritual rescue operation.
So you're forcibly pulling them out of a bad situation through prayer.
Exactly. It's an aggressive refusal to let that person just stay where they are.
So when you're in that state, that agony, wrestling for someone,
Yeah.
what are you actually asking for? It can't just be, please make them listen to me.
No, it's so much deeper than that. You're not just praying for a change in behavior. You are warring for a shift in their affections.
In their affections.
Yeah. The text says you're praying for their heart to be stirred, for their affection to actually be set on Christ.
So you're basically asking God to, override their apathy, to clear the static?
Precisely. You're clearing the interference so that by the time you actually speak, they want to listen. You're aligning their priorities so the ground is soft enough for the seed.
But here's my question. If I'm doing all this agonizing and
Yeah.
wrestling, isn't that just going to completely drain me? I mean, it sounds exhausting.
You would think so, but that leads to maybe the most fascinating paradox in the whole text.
Okay.
It claims that while this prayer is totally for other people, the act of intercessory tears and soul travail actually releases more grace into your life.
Huh. So you get filled up while you're pouring out?
In a way, yeah. The source says that because you are in the throne room getting help for them, you inevitably get saturated with that same grace.
So the act of fighting for others is directly connected to your own spiritual growth.
Right. It's not a zero-sum game.
That really changes the dynamic. It suggests that transforming a life is this dual process. You minister the Spirit in prayer first,
And then you minister the word,
and if you try to do the second without the first,
you're just farming on concrete.
well, it leaves you with a tough question then. The next time a conversation fails or a message doesn't land, was the message bad, or did we just forget to plow the field?
It certainly suggests that the intensity of our private struggle might be the real variable controlling our public effectiveness.
Something to chew on. Thanks for listening.
We trust you were blessed by this episode. To gain unlimited access to Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris, please download the Rhapsody app using the link myapp.rhapsodyofrealities.org. God bless you.